Okay, so we're going for a second try. There's Ginger. Good, you showed up. That was fast. Okay, we're gonna try this. We're gonna give a second shot at this. The last one got cut because that was a tech issue, which I almost could swear I solved. I'm gonna have that guy look at my PC again.
It's a good idea.
All right. All right. Okay, I'm gonna center on Ginger. There we go. Okay, so Ginger, what do you got that more translucent scent layer right there?
Well, I sketch a thing, then I tend to sketch it again when I have a better idea of what I'm actually drawing. And I kind of go through a couple of layers of that and eventually get a shape that I'm happy with.
Now, as far as being ponified goes, Stephanie, how well do you think she's captured your likeness?
Well, you said buff. Actually, buff people and ponies, that's like Zenlith's speciality, drawing everything buff. And also assassinating characters by drawing them as dicks.
Oh, God.
Generally ugly. Yeah, he does that too.
Do not remind me of that. Do not remind me of that thing he did.
Well, Brett, you have this thing of making challenges out of.
Even meant to be I wasn't even meant to be a dare. He just took it as one.
Because he enjoys drawing that type of stuff. That's like his favorite thing.
Yeah, let's put it this way: as far as horrific Maeve fan art goes, Xeno pretty much has set the bar for it.
Yep. I mean, he'd be happy to set the bar for horrific fan art of anything.
Well, we could probably try for Captain Marvel, but Brie Larson might be a bit too much.
If he's listening, you just might have given him an idea, Matt.
Well, he said that he might be in the chat, but I don't know if that's later on or now or what.
Yeah, but
right now it's just Briz.
Yeah, but then again, you have Marvel artists working on Captain Marvel comics. Can you go as lower than that?
No, I'll give...
Yes, purposely. It will look better and worse at the same time.
Yeah, that's the thing you can... That is the best way I can describe Xeno's style. Good but horrific.
Yep.
I think he might accidentally just make the best Captain Marvel fan art.
If he managed to monetize this urge to draw things horribly, he'd probably be happy. But, no one really wants to commission basically assassinations of your own characters.
Nope.
I think some people are just missing an opportunity to assassinate someone else's character. But, yeah.
There might be a market for it.
Yeah, just anyone you don't like, get him to draw them.
Or caricatures, I guess.
Well, I guess if you commissioned him to draw a really muscular character, he can do that well.
All I can say is, you kind of commission Xeno at your peril.
Well, actually, you avoid commissioning him at your peril. Because if he's not getting paid to draw characters, he might draw them for fun, and fun to him is something that's not really fun for most people. He wasn't paid to draw Cyberfrog as a dick. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, that was him.
Yep.
Well,
yes, it was. That was him. That was his movie.
Well, that all makes sense now.
Yeah.
Is there going to be room for a cutie mark?
Yes, I believe so.
We should. So, okay, I know you say you did not watch the show at all, Stephanie, but do you at least understand how the? Oh, actually, that's a stupid question. You probably don't know how the cutie marks work.
No clue what that is or what that means.
Well, it's a really silly word for the ponies' butt tattoos. They're symbols, which they're not born with. They get them when they realize their purpose in life.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so for example, like Applejack's cutie mark is like a few apples, and that's just because her calling in life is apparently farming apples.
Oh, have you actually seen the episode where they got all of their cutie marks?
Yeah, all because Rainbow Dash did her first Sonic Rainbow.
Yeah.
So Duskwell team just said that it's tramp stamps what their life goal is.
Yeah, that's actually not too inaccurate.
That's a good question.
So I guess the only question is like, what do you, Stephanie? If your character's gonna have a cutie mark, what exactly do you think Pony U's purpose in life is?
It would be. I guess it would be a shield, like a tank, because I like playing tanks and I like protecting people with my muscles. In a feminine way.
It's like.
So it's a shield with something feminine on it.
I don't know, like a heart?
Oh no, like just a shield. I have to make it feminine.
Okay.
Cat, no. No.
Shield with a cat.
My cat, last time I was playing Apex Legends, he just closed my screen. I was like, wow. Why would you do this to me?
That's the thing with cats. They'll just do whatever the fuck they want.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying you don't like cats?
I don't know. I just prefer dogs.
What? Can't talk to you anymore.
Really? What?
What? I can't like one animal more than the other?
I'm pretty sure that's racist.
You have the right to be wrong.
Exactly.
Hey, do I have to explain to you that with dogs you get loyalty?
With cats too. They loyally scratch your face every day.
I mean, with dogs, it's half the time it's how you interpret it and what you want to see. Yeah, you can rely that they'll, I don't know, loyally stare at you while you're eating. Yeah. But
So
I don't like attention enough to enjoy that.
What? You're gonna tell me you don't like puppies, Ginger?
Define puppies. What kind of puppies? See how bad it is.
You know, because like the only thing I've got for a frame of reference is probably like Australian Shepherd puppies. German Shepherd puppies. Actually, there was my stepsister. She had this Australian Shepherd named Ollie. She babied that dog. And the thing was like, do you know that Australian Shepherds, they have like really stumpy tails?
No, I've never seen one.
No, they do. Yeah, well, they don't like have a. They don't have a long, like a really long tail like most dogs do. It's just like a little stump.
Hmm. Is that natural or
No.
are their tails docked?
Yeah, that's kind of how the breed is.
Yeah. That's
But she
kind of
thought it was
neat.
cute when he tried to wag his tail, and instead he just kind of shook his butt.
I'd say that's better than being battered with a tail when a dog has a long one and just hits everything because it gets excited. Mm.
Now my sister she has a pug.
Oh god.
You're not a fan of pugs, are you, Ginger?
Pugs are fine. I think they're cute in pictures. Zeno's sister has pugs and they're a little bit insane. Yeah. um. Yeah, well, we did house sit for her and pet sit at one point, and well, when he let the dogs out from the little enclosure, they were just. It's like getting two bouncy balls and just bouncing them really hard off the floor in a room. Yeah, it was that sort of thing.
I think my sister found the most adorable name for her pug, though. His name is Pancake.
Ah, that is nice. So what's this color scheme on this pony?
Duskquill, by the way, says pugs are Nazis. I think we all know what that's a reference to.
Oh boy.
That's a reference to something you shouldn't reference very often, because I think that could land you into a lot of trouble.
Well, at least in UK.
It's a, oh, come on. I'm not Count Dankula. Actually, yeah, you bring it back to that. What exact? Should we just go with your natural hair color for the main, Stephanie?
No, I go for red.
Red. Okay.
Like at Dankula and PewDiePie, it's not a coincidence. So you kind of just one thing I want to know, Ginger, is because like I've seen how you work before, like on a couple of the pages. Like you kind of start with like really flat colors, and then you just sort of build up from there.
Yeah, I do that when I've got line art, and especially line art done by someone else. If I'm painting from scratch, then I
Much
don't
different
always
story.
do that. Yeah, because I can just start mixing reds in with this orange and see what happens. And if I don't like it, I paint over the top with basically what I want to see.
I'm gonna take a look up and see how. Oh my lord! Nice Twitter is really blowing up right now. Okay, actually, I'm gonna do a quick comparison. Matt, do you know what Althea's count is right now?
For what?
Followers?
Oh, just 5.
Just 5.
Yep.
Hold up. That Adobe responded with, "I hope your parents aren't giving you free reign in this place."
Oh,
Do I respond with "shut up" or "they don't know I'm here"? My parents would take my phone if they.
I'd say shut up.
Shut up with like 3 exclamation points. Shut up, shut up. I don't want to get. Ooh, Dusk was going up both. Shut up. I don't want to get grounded. No, they don't want. Shut up. They don't know I'm here. I want my phone. Yes, that's brilliant. That is brilliant. And I want my phone. And I like my phone. Okay, so you said Althea's only got 5?
Mm-hmm.
Dobby's got 17.
Did you set up accounts for all the characters?
Yeah. Right now, Maeve's in the lead. She's got 25. Lenny's in the chat. Technical difficulties make me cranky.
I can understand that.
Yeah, we ran into that earlier today, Lenny. We know how you feel. But yes, but to answer your question, Stephanie, yes, we did set up. All 3 of us sort of set up accounts independent for the characters.
Nice.
The whole thing's kind of like a. What's the best way of putting it, Matt? Like, this is just supposed to be like some kind of social media marketing thing we're trying.
Pretty much. I mean, there's a bunch of other creators who've done the same thing, such as with Beatdown Girl, Sugar Lightspeed.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yep. Oh yeah, there's a Sporkman account too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Adobe says, my hobby is finding new and exciting ways to be left alone. I suck at it. Response, I'm going to give her a hug. You know, I'm going to have to fill it with like pony gifts. Who's your favorite? Oh yeah. You like Pokemon too? That's awesome. Who's your favorite? Okay, now I'm on the spot because I don't know what. I'm not really sure what to make Maeve's Pokemon.
Well, you can always say Pikachu because that's the most common thing.
Well, she likes kitties, so.
Meowth? Actually,
Yeah.
Meowth wasn't very cute.
I thought he was the best one in the cartoon because he talked.
You thought you liked Meowth? You liked Meowth the best?
Yeah, well, yeah. He was like the smartest one. He was stuck with 2 idiots. I felt bad for him.
I can almost swear there's another cat. I can almost swear there's another cat Pokemon that's like a little bit cuter.
Yeah, the like god cats, the Mewtwo and Mew. Yeah.
Isn't it from like? I think it's from like Pokemon Sun and Moon, isn't it?
Kind of feel like that. She'd be a Mew kind of girl.
That's it. That's the one I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Mew. I'm thinking of Mew. I like Mew.
He's pretty and purple. Or she, I don't know.
There's the Fire Kitty. Which one is he? Which one is Duskquill thinking of?
I know what it looks like, but I don't know what it's called.
I need to be brushed up on my. Pokemon.
I think Fire Kitty is one of the newer ones.
Litten. That's what it's called.
Blitzen?
That's what he says it's called.
Like the red-nosed reindeer?
That's Rudolph. That's Rudolph. Blitzen was one of the assholes who didn't want him playing around.
Oh, good. I like him.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at it right now. It is a little cute. Here, look. Listen to the Fire Kitty starter for Litten. The Fire Kitty starter for Sun and Moon. Yeah, I'm going with Mew though. It just seems a little bit more her.
Yeah.
She'd probably have Litten in her. She would probably have Litten in her Pokemon team though.
What's the body color in this pony? Red mane? What's the rest for?
I think Cream would actually go pretty good with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Actually, that's something I'm actually curious about because like the ponies' manes are a different color, but like what do they have, fur or skin? Or am I
Well,
putting way too much thought into this?
technically they have fur, but my headcanon is that their skin is basically vinyl. Because, say, when I was a kid and I watched ponies, I always thought that they weren't really ponies. They were like some alien or magical creatures that people called ponies because that's the closest thing that they could think of. They called them ponies for convenience, not because they were actual horses. They were just some other creature related to them. And for some reason, I always thought they were closer to their toys than to actual horses, and therefore they'd have this sort of vinyl-like skin and brushable hair. So that's my take on it. But in the show, they had an episode where some ponies had to have their backsides shaved and the
Oh god.
fur. Well, they managed to stick to each other with gum, so they had to have it removed.
Kind of sounds like the old pony show was weird at times.
Well, everything was weird back then.
Yeah. Yeah, just like how with Transformers, so Optimus Prime always felt like more of a dad than a leader.
And Megatron transformed it to a gun.
Well, back then
kinda
it was a
dumb.
simpler time.
And
Yeah,
somehow he kept Starscream around even after he kept betraying him time and time again.
No one said you're smart.
Actually watched GoBots before Transformers.
Oh man, I actually saw GoBots when I was like 9.
Hey, it was a fine show. They had the Soviet Union there and everything. Representation, goddammit.
I think though, like the weirdest thing about an '80s cartoon was that you were supposed to believe that Cobra was this like dangerous international terrorist group, and yet they kept getting beaten by G.I. Joe every week.
Well, that's because they kept on screaming their organization's name before going to the battle. Also, Cobra Commander was voiced by Starscream.
I know.
What do you think was going to happen?
I know. That actually that makes things, all of a sudden things make way too much sense when you factor that in, because like Starscream just was incompetent when he got right down to it. Is anyone gonna I don't think anyone could dispute that.
I'm just gonna say that the weirdest thing that I've seen from a Starscream incarnation was from the Armada series when he was honorable.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I thought you were gonna say Transformers Prime because it looked like he was wearing fabulous high heels.
Oh, that.
Look, it's Starscream. I wouldn't put it past him.
Actually, I think one of the weirdest things was in Beast Wars when he possessed Waspinator.
Well, Waspinator was pretty weird to begin with. He kept on getting blown to pieces in new and exciting ways.
Was Beast Wars that like 3D? Not 3D, but how do you say it? It's like that.
CGI show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like reboot.
Yep, it was actually done by the same guys.
Yeah, I love that show. It's so cool.
Actually, there's a funny thing about Waspinator that I found out watching SF Debris. Okay, so Waspinator came with a couple problems for the creative team. Because of the way he spoke and the voice Scott McNeil had to use, recording his lines took way too much time. And so they would try to, and because they were contractually obligated to include all the Transformers at least in every episode, because so they could, sell the toys. The team basically had to find new ways to get him out of the episode as fast as they could. And that's why Waspinator would keep getting blown to bits. Because they just wanted to get him out of the episode so that they wouldn't have to use him.
I felt really bad for him at the end.
That's the thing. Because they kept doing that, the pendulum swung so far in the other direction that people actually ended up liking him. Because even though he kept getting blown to bits, he still kept trying.
Well, I felt bad for him because at the end of Beast Wars, he was the king of humanity, getting pampered and all that. And then he was plucked from that in Beast Machines and became a soulless droid.
Fuck Beast Machines. Beast Machines never happened. That was a piece of shit.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I'm pretty sure everyone's decided that it never existed.
It never. It's like Xeno's Maeve fan art. It never happened.
It's kind of like he made it. Yeah, but I did like how they tried connecting it to the original series with showing there's the Autobots in it.
Yeah, that was cool. That was actually some pretty damn good world building for a 90s cartoon.
Yep. And they had they actually included some aspects of the Transformers comics as well. Such as that was the first time they actually used the plot line of Transformers having a god named Primus. And and the aliens that were helping them were an evolution of this creature called the Swarm that destroyed machines from the Generation 2 comics.
The weirdest thing that happened with that whole ordeal was when Starscream uses Immortal Robo Soul to take over an android schoolgirl while he was peeing. Wait, what is he talking about?
It's probably from Japan. It's probably from Japan.
That's about the only thing that makes sense.
Because they did have a line of Transformers toys where they had Transformers and then human girls that would kiss them and give them powers.
Why? Just why?
Japan
why do that?
Japan is weird like that, okay?
I think it's the nuclear fallout.
You gotta remember, Ginger. This was the same country we're from. Ginger, do you have any familiarity with, say, Ranma the Half at all?
I want to say I'm blissfully unaware.
But that's a no. But that's a no.
No, I mean,
I'm pretty sure
watch
Matt-
cartoons. I'm unaware of all this crazy Japanese stuff. I've seen a handful of animes, but I don't feel an obligation to stay up to date.
Okay, Stephanie, Matt, do you guys know Ranma?
Yep.
The name rings a bell. Let me Google it real quick.
Oh, you might. Okay, Stephanie, do you at least know Inuyasha?
Yeah.
Made by the
I
same
know what
person.
they look like.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, okay, so the premise behind Ranma, though, Ginger, is... Okay, you got this boy named Ranma who is a martial artist in training, but he had the misfortune of falling into a magical hot spring that whenever he gets splashed with hot water, he turns into a girl.
Oh, come on, no.
Well,
Ugh.
well, believe her or not, that's probably not the worst thing she's done. Because she had also done the animations for a Guyver movie. And that Guyver movie had a female Guyver that Reverends have it ambiguous about how the Guyver suit gets into the human body. They show it with her. And it's basically tentacle porn.
Oh, I don't want to think about that word.
Well, people these days say it's like, oh, Japan is the only country that churns out good content these days because they don't censor their fucking video games. I kind of go like, no, they just continue being weird.
Okay, so here's what I. Okay, so an anime where a boy gets splashed with hot water and he turns into a girl is weird, but a show about magical talking ponies is not.
It's not a fuckable kind of weird, though some portion of the brony community would disagree. And I
Well,
think that's where one could draw the line. And yeah, like general audience, well, maybe not so general, tends to applaud fuckable kind of weird and dismiss any other kind of weird as something that shouldn't exist. So yeah,
well, so I'm gonna say
prefer fucking horses that do funny things.
Actually, I'll take that back. Instead of My Little Pony, I know you've probably seen Rocko's Modern Life or Ren and Stimpy, Ginger.
Cow and Chicken is one of my favorite cartoons of all time. I think it's a masterpiece. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Cow and Chicken. That's actually pretty similar to Rocko and Ren and Stimpy.
I preferred Rocko.
I think Cow and Chicken in a way it's similar, but it's its own thing. Just the humor in it.
Yeah, it was a weird show.
Oh, what?
It was a great show.
And
Because it was people who should know better making really stupid jokes when they can make better jokes, as you could see from the type of stuff they're writing. It's amazing.
Dustquill says I grew up on Cat Dog.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Cat Dog's alright.
it was strange with the spin-off cartoon for Cow and Chicken, I Am Weasel, where you have Michael Dorn being weird.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. And the fucking baboon.
That's a great show as well. I didn't like so much the first episodes one. It was kind of all one show, but when it became a separate thing, I think it's improved a lot. Well, the humor changed anyway to one that I appreciate more.
Okay, now here's something precious. When I sent the rarity gift to Madobi, she responds with, "You're all right, kid. I like you." Do I get okay? Now do I do? Do I say? Do I tell her? I know you cared. You're not. See, you're not a big mean ox.
Oh no.
It's like you're playing a game.
It basically is. It basically is a game. It's half marketing and half role playing.
Well, as long as it's not a weird hentai simulator.
We could do a Pinkie Pie gif. I'll say that much. Pinkie Pie has the best gifs.
Yeah, she does.
You know, going back to with the anime, I have to say that despite all the weird stuff, they've also got some really dark stuff.
That is true.
Yeah, but dark and weird kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah, but Gundam 0080, where they have two star-crossed lovers dueling it out without knowing which one is which, without knowing who they're fighting, and then that line of dialogue when they pull out when you have the salvage team looking over the destroyed mobile suit, pointing out that the pilot has been turned into hamburger meat.
Mm.
And the kid who knew both of them is standing right there.
Yay!
Oh boy.
I'm actually surprised people are actually playing along with this.
I kind of want to say and tell Andre that he's barking up the wrong tree without Adobe.
Wait, who's barking at the wrong tree with Adobe?
Andre. He commented about how short-haired girls are hot.
Oh yeah, that's right, because Adobe's a lesbian.
Yep.
Adobe, like a program.
That's her. Yeah, sir. That I'm not kidding. Yeah, Dan actually named her Adobe, Stephanie.
Nice.
Hey, over here, Kroger is a grocery store.
Actually, it gets even better. Oh, it gets even better. Here's her full name. Adobe Francine Kroger.
Francine.
I'm gonna go AFK right now.
Come on. Just think of the initials for a second.
What? Okay, wait.
Adobe Francine Kroger.
Oh,
I
AFK.
see.
Yes. And you better believe she hates it.
Oh my god. Sitting on those work chairs all day, like, killing my back. Like, yeah, I'm
Been
sitting
there.
there like, I can't wait to get home to my comfortable chair.
Yeah, I have a comfy chair. I got this really comfortable office chair that I found for $5 at Goodwill.
$5.
Nice.
Oh, I got it for a steal because I think I got it while they were having a half off sale.
Mm.
Half off at Goodwill.
Yes, half off. Yes, Goodwill has sales, Stephanie.
Well, to be fair, a lot of stores like that have sales. And it's odd to see them because they're already discounted prices.
Yeah.
I guess they're making room for new stock. New
Yep.
donations.
Yeah, I think like actually my first job was actually at Goodwill, and I think like they would have sales based on the tags. Because the thing with Goodwill is like they color code their tags, and so like I think does it change from week to week or month to month? I don't remember. It changes around, but whatever the color the tag is, it can actually save you a little bit of money.
Mm.
Although I'm not really sure if that's a thing out in the UK.
Well, have charity shops, and I think they sometimes have sales, but I'm not sure.
And,
The prices are pretty good as it is.
well, I meant like I don't think. Well, what I meant is I don't know if Goodwill's a thing out in the UK. I think like
There's
Yeah,
British Heart Foundation, which usually has a lot of furniture. There's the Salvation Armies, I think.
yeah, that. Okay, yeah, Salvation Army. Yeah, that I can believe is out in the UK. But yeah, I've only seen like Goodwills out in the States. Although it wouldn't surprise me if you can find them up in Canada, considering that Stephanie knows what that is.
Yeah, we have them.
I like all charity shops equally. I don't mind which one to choose.
Good music. People need to. Adobe says people need to treat kids nicely.
Yeah.
I think I broke through her.
Oh boy. I kind of want to point out it's a trap.
What's the trap?
Maeve. You're probably going to, at one point or another, you're going to say something snarky.
I'm gonna, which actually reminds me, I gotta have you and Victor take a couple reaction pics, especially
yeah.
one where she's pouty.
You haven't mentioned that. And hinting at there being an animated one of them.
Oh yeah.
Which is possible.
All I can think of is just seeing Maeve get pouty and just anyone's just gonna be a complete friggin' sucker for it. Actually, something funny was I think it was a DM Stephanie and I had like months ago, and I was telling you what it was into, and your response was Maeve is me.
You know.
Oh
I think-
yeah.
I remember, was it on Twitter?
It was on Twitter, and I think
Yeah, I
that's
remember that.
where I got the impression that Stephanie might have been into My Little Pony. Because I included everything Maeve liked, and she said that's me.
Oh yeah, because you talked about like pizza, gaming, and then cats or something. I was like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, video games, kitties, ponies, and sweets. That's her.
Now, big question. Pineapple or no?
Yes. Dead silence.
And then everyone's...
Like I just said the worst thing in the world.
I have to, I now have to judge you, Stephanie.
I'm just
Judgmental
gonna
silence.
bring up peaches on pizza and say it's amazing, and now everyone judges me. Woo!
Okay, are you bringing that up as a joke, Ginger, or do you actually do that?
I don't do that because it doesn't taste right unless you get it from a pizza shop, which, well, in Lithuania there's a chain of pizza shops that does that, and it's quite a popular choice.
Oh, yeah, I'm having a hard time imagining that you could make peaches on peach pizza taste good with like everything else, unless you completely change it around, at which point it stops being a pizza and just becomes a peach pie.
No, it's peaches, either chicken or lamb, bell peppers, and some other stuff. But it does work. It works well. It works better than pineapple, I would say, because pineapple tends to retain some of the moisture, kind of in a way that makes the texture a bit strange, whereas peaches dry out a bit more in the oven.
I will just say Mushroom Master Race.
It depends. Are they like fried or are they like canned mushrooms?
All these weird pizza tongues, and I can never find Mexican-style pizza anywhere. That needs to be a comic. I have to wonder, is that pizza going to try hopping the border?
You know, I'm
Well,
oh god.
Josh would probably make it into his comic.
Oh,
Add
God.
an extra character to pineapple pizza.
You know, I can
Man.
see him trying to build like a whole franchise out of pizza characters.
Well, he's already doing that, isn't he?
I'm pretty sure you could also open up a pizza chain with those characters too.
Why not?
Like a McDonald's, but for pizza.
I mean, he can create characters for each pizza type that he makes, so why not?
True.
Yeah, why not?
You know, I just thought of something.
What?
The day we launched the Kickstarter, we should probably call it Mythoverse Pizza.
What would you put on something like that, though?
That's something we're going to discuss.
Just don't put kitties on it. Kitties won't like it. Sweets you can probably get away with.
You know, I can probably see it. Like, oh my god! Actually, I can picture it. Like, now I've got this idea in my head. It's like a little It's like a little cartoon, or maybe it's just trying to make it like a pizza. But instead of making it like she should, she just basically makes a dessert pizza.
Well, those are a thing.
You know, like she just dumps a whole bunch of fudge instead of tomato sauce on a giant cookie.
I think that's Zeno sold. He likes fudge.
And then, well, you'd probably have to use cookie dough in place of a pizza crust.
Well, I know this company here makes the like chocolate pizzas, and they use like normal pizza crust. It's pretty
Really?
good. Like a frozen pizza.
Huh. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I've seen those in supermarkets here as well.
okay,
Yeah.
fine. She takes a pizza crust and just dumps a whole bunch of fudge on it.
Hey, she can still use cookie dough. Then you're being more original, I guess, because
Yeah.
you know, regular pizza crust stuff is already out in supermarkets.
That would be, yeah. Okay, so she just rolls out a tube of cookie dough to look like a pizza crust, which then she covers in fudge. Now, what do you use in place of cheese?
Marshmallows.
Yeah, marshmallows. That sounds good.
Marshmallows, and then she just covers it with a whole bunch of different candy.
And then her mom comes in and says, "You're not seriously gonna eat that."
She's like, yes.
Why not?
Because diabetes is a real threat.
Yeah.
Now what would she put on it? It's like gonna put like what gummy bears and obviously M&Ms are off the table. Let's make that clear.
Why?
Maeve hates M&Ms.
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of related to past trauma from grade school. She didn't get pelted with M&Ms. She just had the misfortune of her mom giving her Nora for a middle name.
Yeah, kids are cruel.
Indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, kids pick on each other. That's what they do.
Yep.
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah, like just because she got, because like her initials are M&M, so because her last name is Mackenzie. In grade school she would just get picked on, and they would just give her nicknames like Shelly or something, and they would, and I don't know, like maybe they just like fill her lunch bag with M&Ms or something. I don't know.
That's pretty amazing as far as unfortunate school things go.
I don't know. I don't know how. I'm sorry. I'm not really sure how you can really bully a kid with M&Ms.
Well, I suppose if they're not clean, you wouldn't want them in your lunchbox, but otherwise, I mean, come on.
I don't know. I think I just kind of stopped at her getting pelted with M&Ms just because it seems needlessly cruel. It's like, yeah, I know kids are mean, but it's like most kids know where to draw the line, I think.
Well, according to films about American high schools, they sure as hell don't.
Oh yeah, like movies or anything to go by. Because you know what? You want to know something, Ginger? You want to know something? Because there's a movie called Say Anything with John Cusack in it, and it's basically him trying to woo this girl, and it's got this scene where he's standing outside of her house, and he's holding up a boombox,
Yeah.
and it's playing "Say Anything" by Peter Gabriel, and somehow that wins her over.
Well, that would work on some people.
That doesn't work on anybody.
Have you ever
It
tried
works if they already like you.
Would that work on you, Stephanie?
Depends what the song is.
Yeah, I think that it has to vary on the song.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, like anyone is basing reality off of movies. Yeah, no, like, sorry, girls are not wooed by.
Oh, did you just generalize? Did you just say all girls in one way or another?
They are not
Oh.
girls are not. I know how women work, and girls are not typically wooed by.
You're digging yourself a deeper hole.
Okay, shit. That shit only happens in the movies, okay?
So you're telling me that the Bring It On movies are not what high school in America is like?
Well, they don't all look 20 in their 20s, you know.
Yeah, that is true. Like, no, yeah, that's something that always bugs me about movies that are supposed to be set in high school. Nobody looks like they're in high school.
Hello, fellow kids.
Brett, if you're such an expert on what works and doesn't work on all women, because they're women, come on, give us an example of what would really work.
Women respond to confidence.
True.
Yep.
I think it depends on who does it.
Good humor. I mean, not like overconfidence, obviously, but
They just don't want to. Most women don't want a guy who's just kind of a pushover.
Well.
And there goes Ginger again.
Not me specifically, but someone I know is really enjoying having a pushover around.
I did amend that with most.
Oh, really? So you say not every woman is identical to every other woman and her response is an opinion? So my, what a novel idea. Who could have thought?
All right, fine. Yes, you got me. You got me there.
Yeah. Nice. I feel like a winner already.
the triggers, I feel like a woman.
Okay. And to think this was just me going on a rant about how most movies about American high schools are very, very inaccurate. Scan mark.
You have a way of getting yourself into trouble.
without meaning to.
Well,
I'm like Brian or Tonka. I just can't stay out of trouble even when I'm trying to.
Well, unlike what's going on with them, it's all in good humor.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of which, like, was anyone paying attention to that whole thing when the Regs team noticed a little something in the new Far Cry game?
Oh yeah.
Heard about it from Zeno.
Do you know what we're talking about, Stephanie?
No, I don't think I saw that.
Okay, so what happened was apparently there was was it part of like was it customization? It wasn't a character, Matt, was it?
Yeah, it was a customization thing.
Yeah, it was like basically basically clothing and shit. There was a unicorn onesie that looked very suspiciously similar to Regina's.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
It looked like it was the exact same thing, honestly.
Now, in fairness, Regina's onesie is actually not that unique. I think, it's a basic unicorn onesie, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's also a combination of the tactical vest.
Yes, that was the thing that made them do a double take in, like,
But are they separate items you can combine, or do they come together as a kit?
That's the. Actually, I don't think anyone knows.
That makes me want to try and buy Far Cry, that Far Cry game, just to find out.
Yeah, but it's not very good from what I hear.
From what I hear, it's pink.
Hmm.
It's too pink.
Oh.
The only way you'll
Yeah,
enjoy it is if you like.
Yeah, Regina's is a bog standard tactical vest.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna wait until Cyberpunk 2077.
Same.
It looks way better.
I'm waiting on Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood.
And then there's
I'm
Star
just
Citizen.
gonna continue being broke. I think. I'll play my 8-bit stuff through emulators. Yeah, and Neopets. 'cause
Well,
that's free.
maybe by the time
Mm.
you come out, you'll be making a lot more money off of Changelink.
I don't know. I mean, like I might know a guy who can code a Changeling game that basically emulates A Link to the Past, and I'm pretty sure Ginger would love that.
Mm. So games dev people.
Come,
Well, apart from me, because
Nice.
I'm like a games artist technically.
Well, actually, kind of how I saw if I had a Changeling game, it would be like it'd have Link to the Past exploration and Final Fantasy IV combat.
You see,
And of course, Regina would be in there. But
So zombies?
No.
Oh.
Okay. Did anyone here play Kingdom Hearts 2?
Yes.
Okay, then Stephanie, you remember the Sephiroth fight?
Mm-hmm. Piss me the fuck off.
Yeah. But it was also completely optional. You did not have to fight him.
Really?
They
You're
did.
telling me
It is optional. You don't
Telling
need
me
to beat Sephiroth to beat the game. The only thing you get is like a really, really awesome Keyblade.
I did not know that. I spent like 2 days trying to fight it.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not needed to beat the game.
Oh, well.
I know
Yeah.
it because I got all the way to to the final Xehanort fight, which I kept getting killed at because that one goes all kinds of ape shit.
Yep.
Wait, was it Xehanort or Xemnas?
Ugh.
I think it's Xemnas. Fuck. But
Forget.
yeah. Okay, but that's basically how Regina's appearance would be. She's like an optional boss.
That'd be cool. Would she send like zombie hordes at you? Hordes of zombies. I just want zombies and everything.
Well then.
I don't know what it is about zombies. I'm not sure if it's the like survival aspect of it, but I just love zombie movies.
It's an interesting game to play. 7 Days to Die.
I've heard about it. What is it again?
It's basically Minecraft?
Mhm.
Basically that, except with zombies and more realistic graphics.
Oh, okay, so you have to build and then protect yourself and stuff like that.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that like most survival games? It's like Minecraft, but better graphics.
Well, in this case, it's more along the lines of how destructible the world is. Such as you can dig and destroy buildings for materials.
You see.
Wait, are you talking about? Hold up, I gotta take a phone call. Can you handle this for me, Matt?
Yeah, sure, why not? All right, so yeah, basically, 7 Days to Die is you have 7 days to build your base, make it strong enough to withstand a zombie horde. And on the 7th day, they come at you. So, yeah.
That's sweet. There's a lot of games like that are coming out, like the ones where you're a serial killer and you have to either escape or like kill people. That's kind of intense.
Yeah, like Dead by Daylight.
Yeah. That one.
And there's the Siege where you've got 6 players and 2 of them are infected. So you have to figure out who's infected and who's not before they kill you.
Oh, and you don't know like when you start?
Nope, you don't know who it is.
Oh, nice. It's always fun.
Yep, it's a free game too.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
They're making good free games these days. Like Apex Legends is super fun.
Yeah, they definitely are. I mean, I remember when there was a time when all the games that came out free weren't that great.
Yeah.
Well, where I come from, most games are free. At least they were back in the day, because they'd just be pirated, and that would be so common that some people didn't even know that you could buy games.
Really?
And then that led to game companies cracking down.
Well, I mean, in Russia, a lot of people still don't care.
Yeah. And then you have
It's
China
just-
who bootlegged them.
Well, it's just more convenient to buy stuff on Steam. So
Yeah.
they kind of just managed to win by making the legal option convenient.
Yeah. Oh, and also free games now are MMOs that fail to meet their goals,
Mm.
like Lord of the Rings Online, Star Trek Online, Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Oh yeah, that was so fun. I like playing it.
The Old Republic. I don't get why people were so upset about The Old Republic. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, like the stories and everything. Even like the voice acting is really good.
Yeah, I guess it was too different from the World of Warcraft model.
Yeah, but if you like World of Warcraft, you just continue playing that,
Yeah.
which I did. Well, I've not played for a very long time now.
Yeah, it's not what it used to be. That's for sure.
Yep. It's
Well, they're coming out with the classic version, aren't they?
Really.
that's what I've heard.
I played until the one after the pandas.
Hmm.
What is that, Legion thing?
I think I remember that. Trying to remember its name.
Yeah, I forget. Oh, it's Warlords of
Oh, yeah.
Death. Yeah.
I remember posters for it.
That one was pretty cool, actually.
And then you got the ones that changed the map completely.
Yeah, I actually stopped playing just before Cataclysm, because, well, I went to university at that point, and just before that I achieved the thing I wanted the most. I got a wolf mount on my undead. And I was just really, really happy for about 20 minutes, just running around that wolf and taking a lot of screenshots and going like, yeah, the orcs really like me now. I got my mount, hell's yeah, and then I thought, okay, now what? Now what do I do?
Yeah.
And then my subscription ran out, and I went to uni, and that was kind of it.
Yeah. Sometimes doing stuff in those games is like so long that once you achieve it, you're like, okay, well, that was fun. But then you have nothing to do.
I stopped playing when they tried to make me buy one of the expansions.
Mm.
And they actually put in my cart.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. And then I was suspended for not buying it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, thanks, Blizzard. You guys are assholes.
That's
Mm.
some shady stuff, honestly.
Mhm. Now, I'm more inclined to believe that it was probably some kind of computer error
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't even put. I wasn't actually. I wasn't even playing World of Warcraft at the time, so I didn't know there was an expansion coming out. And then I just realized, I haven't been playing World of Warcraft in a while. I might as well just let end there.
Mm. Well, I was kind of put off by the fact that I got a mount I really liked, and then I was meant to go into the Outlands, and it's all like flying mounts there, and I'm like, I don't want to ride this stupid Manticore. I want to have my wolf. It's also that my solo questing setup just didn't work anymore. Yeah,
Yeah.
just I had to completely redo my talent trees. And I was like, because I was kind of neither a tank nor DPS. And,
Hmm.
yeah, I like that because then I'm not just attracting all the aggro and keeping everyone on me while being very armored. I was kind of being able to keep a bunch of enemies on me while also kicking the crap out of them. So then